Okay, this is a 4x4" canvas, well, cardboard. And I marked it crosswise and side to side so I could find my center point. And then these lines here are just 1-inch borders all the way around. Of course, I painted with apple barrel black gloss paint for the background. And I'm planning on using white, Laguna, China blue, pale daffodil, and bright yellow. So I'm just going to get some paint in my palette and we'll get a move on. Now, as many of you know who's been watching my videos, I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants as I paint. And I do that because I use painting as a relaxation. And if I think about what I'm doing, it takes my mind off of everything else and relaxes me. So I don't usually redo patterns. I just make it up as I go along. And if I like what I make, and I've recorded it, then I posted it on YouTube. And if I don't really like it, then it kind of goes in the scrapper. So here we go. I'm going to start with the number 15. I'm hoping I can keep that in the screen. And I'm going to use that Laguna color and make my center dot. Okay. And I'm going to play off of these dots because I want to have a different pattern than just circling around the center. So I'm going to go to the number 9. And I'm going to do China blue, and I'm going to put dots in these 4 corners on that inner box there. Okay. And I'm going to make those like a center dot, and I'm going to do dots around each one of those so that there'll be like 4 focus points and then the center point. So I'm going to use that pale daffodil, and I'm going to use a number 2. And I'm going to make dots like I would around the center. So I'm going to do a top, bottom, side to side, and do like 8 dots around each one of these. And I don't know if the number 2 is, yeah, I'm going to keep it. It's kind of small, but this is how I do all of mine. I talk it out in my head as I go. It's usually not recorded, but we'll see how this goes. So I get 8 dots around that one. I'm painting more so at night lately, and my lighting is way different. I bought this holder that holds my phone that I record with, and it has a light attachment to it. And I think the lighting is fairly decent. If you guys have a problem with it, let me know. I'm kind of experimenting with what's going to work. I like to paint more in the daytime if I'm going to record because the lighting is so much better. But unfortunately, I have more time in the evenings. And so, I don't know if I should have my overhead light on and this light that's attached by my camera, or if I should leave the overhead light off because it has too much glare. So if you guys all comment on what ones you think the lighting is better, and maybe I can judge from there what I have my lights set on and what I should keep doing. I try my best to just look as I record and see what it looks like. But sometimes I think you're seeing okay, and then people comment they couldn't see what I was doing. So, if you have an opinion, voice it. Okay, so this is what I got going on now. It's got 8 around each. And now I'm going to take that Laguna color and I'm going to go in between. I'm still going to use the number 2, and I'm going to go in between each dot, like just do another circle around here. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit better. The only problem is I lose the number 2 then. I don't know how good that's going to be. Okay. I have a feeling that number 2 is going to end up in my paint. Okay, one more to go. I know my hand's over it. I'm still using the number 2. Okay, now I think I'm going to do like I did around those, around the center point too, but I'm going to use smaller tools. So I'm going to go up to the number 4. And I'm going to do the yellow dots around that. That would be the pale daffodil. And then I'm going to use that Laguna and do the dots in between like I did on the other. Still with the number 4. And that's just going to echo that pattern. Okay. Now I think I'm going to do some bigger dots just to change it up a little bit with the number 10. Can't really see that. I'll move it into the picture more when I decide where I'm going here. Let's see. There we go. And I'm going to use that brighter color yellow, the bright yellow, and I'm going to do a bigger dot just outside on the guidelines going out. Just in like a cross pattern. I'm not going to do the diagonal ones. Now this paint is kind of crappy, so I'm having to redot. Okay. Now I'm going to go to a smaller tool, on the number 6. And I'm going to do white dots on the opposite of what I just did. So on the cross side. And then I'm going to do a dot on the going out on each one of these corners from these circles I've made here. And then I think I'm going to do another dot right where these intersect on these 4 sides. Like that. I'm not sure I like this color combination, but we'll see how it looks in the end. Okay, now I'm going to move from the 6 and I'm going to go to the number 3. Let's see if I could put that, you're going to see it. No, that's not a good spot. Okay. And I'm going to walk dots around these outer dots. And I think I'm going to do it in the yellow, the pale daffodil. And I'm just going to use the number 3 and do like that. There's no good way to keep this number in caption right now because I have it zoomed in. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to walk the dots, still with the number 3, around these white ones in the center spot. Alright, this is still a number 3 if you can't see it. Okay, now I'm going to take my number 3, and I'm going to take white, and I'm going to walk dots. Like from these centers, I'm going to go from this out, all the way around. So my dots will be bigger in the center, and then gradually get smaller as they get to that other side. This is still with the number 3. Just having a hard time keeping that on the screen. Okay, now I'm going to move up to a much bigger dot. Let's see, something really big. How about the number 21? And I'm going to do that Laguna color. And I'm going to make a dot just on the outside of this, on the 4 sides. And that's with number 21. I'm going to just set this on my tools over here for now, so I can turn this. Okay. Now I'm going to walk some white dots around that. And I'm going to use kind of a bigger dot to begin with. I think the number 4 for my dot that's going to be in the center on the outside because I like that a little bit bigger than the ones going around. So I use the number 4 and make my dot right in the middle. Sorry, I had to pause the video because I had to sneeze. Okay, and then I'm going to go down, just down 1 to the number 3. And I'm going to walk my dots around that. I'm going to go 4 on each side, I think. Okay, and now I think I'm going to do the same thing but with the Laguna dots. So I'm going to go up to the number 4 and do my center dot on the outside. Sometimes when the paint is a little bit thinner or thicker, the dots don't come out the same size. Like the white paint's really loose, so the dots are bigger. So I like to tap a few times or redip and dot on it again to make it a little closer in size. And I think, okay, I'm going to go down. I was going to just remain with that because of the paint, but I'm going to go down to the 3 because your paint might be thinner than mine, or thicker, and I'll just do it that way. I'm going down, let's see. I'm doing 5 dots now on either side. Okay, and then I think I'm going to do the same thing with that pale yellow color. So I'm going to go up to the number 4 again and do my center dot. Oops, helps if I dip into the right color paint. Okay, and go down to the 3. Going down 5 again. Now I just like to try and keep them even. So if it takes a few more dots, then do a few more dots, because nobody's going to really notice if it's exactly 5. Just so that the spacing in that is better. And it kind of matches up. Okay, and now I'm going to get a bigger tool. And I think I'm going to go with number 10. And I'm going to use that light yellow, and I'm going to put a dot on either side down here. On each one. So like it would be at the end of, if you pictured like a rainbow coming down, where the walking of the dots were. If that makes any sense. I'm doing that just to fill it in down there a little bit. Okay. Now using the number 10, I'm going to put a China blue dot, because I really haven't used it much, just out to the side of these inner white ones. And this one didn't get very big. Like that. And I think I'm going to do it on the other sides too, on these lines too. And I'm going to switch to a lower one. Let's go with a number 5. I hope I'm putting it in the tray. It's easier to see over there. Of course, I block it when I hold this. I'm going to do, oh, I got a hair. I don't know if you get this, but I get random hairs fall into my paint palette, and I got to try and pick them out. That Laguna color, I'm going to do a number 5 dot just on the 4 corners in here, on the other side of that China blue we just did, just to kind of fill in that space a little more. Okay. And then still using the number 5, I'm going to go with the pale Daffodil, and I'm going to make another dot on the sides of these bigger yellow ones to each side. 1 dot on each side. So one there and one here. All the way around. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to the number 3. And I'm going to put 2 pale daffodil dots, one on either side of each one of these corners here. Kind of in between the China Blue and the Laguna. And I think I'm going to go to the number 2. And I'm going to take that pale daffodil and I'm going to just walk the dots around this China Blue. In each corner. Okay. Now I think I'm going to go with the, let's go to the bigger dot first. Let's see. I think I want to walk more dots around these outside edges here. Just debating which color I want to use. I really don't like that bright yellow color. I have it on the inside and it's kind of similar to the other color, but I'm not caring for it, so I don't think I want to use it again. So let's walk some Laguna dots around, I guess. And I'm going to use the number 4 for my outer dot, and then I'm going to go down in size again. See, there's no good way. I'm going to put this over here. Maybe then, no, you can't really see it then either. It's like a catch-22. If I get it zoomed out so you can see that, you can't see the dots as well. Okay, so I'm going to use the number 4 just for the outer dot. Oh, maybe I'll do it for all of it because this paint's loose. I'm just going to walk dots around here. And I guess I'm really not walking because I'm re-tapping. So I'm just using the number 4, making dots and circulating this. All the same size. And the number 4, I'm going around it. Okay, and the last one. Okay, and now I'm going to still use the number 4, and I'm going to encircle this in white dots. And I think I'm going to use the number 4 for the topmost because my white's way loose. And then I'm going to go down to the number 3 and circle the rest of the way. I actually added some thickening. I don't know what it's called. Have a look. Oh, thickening gel stuff to this white paint the other day, and the whole bottle I added some to, and it's still way loose. This is that apple barrel paint. Okay, I'm going down to the number 3 to walk the dots the rest of the way. Okay. And then I think I'm going to just walk some dots. I'm going to go down to the number 2. And I'm going to use maybe just white. And I'm going to walk dots on around these china blue. I'm just going to kind of dot in the middle on either side and walk towards the front and the back. Like so. Okay. Now I think I'm going to go to some top dots and see what it looks like and see if I feel like I need to add more to it or not. So I'm going to pause the video here for just a minute and let this dry a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, we're not quite dry, but I'm going to try it anyways. I added some white to the Laguna paint and to my pale Daffodil, so that when I top dot, there'll be a contrast. And I'm going to use the number 10, and I'm going to top dot these. And I think I'm going to use that China blue color. I didn't add anything to the China blue color. It's still just the same color. Let's see. Okay. And now I'm going to go down to number 5. And I'm going to use the lightened Laguna color that I made. I just took the Laguna and I added some white to it. And I'm going to top dot these China blues. And I just lightened it because I thought I might dot right on the Laguna again, and I wanted a contrast, but it also just adds more dimension if you have lighter and darker shades. And I think I'm going to go up to the number 6, and I'm going to top dot my center dot with that lighter Laguna color. Okay. Now I'm going to go down. Let's see, what number? Maybe a 5, let's see. Yep, to the number 5. And I'm going to use white. And I'm going to top dot those yellow ones in the center that I just didn't like the color of. And then I think I'm going to top dot these yellow ones out here too with white. Still using the number 5. That would be the 2 bigger dots, not the little tiny ones. Okay. And then I'm going to go down to the number 4. And I'm going to use the lightened Laguna color, and I'm going to top dot these China blue ones that are in the corner. And then I'm going to go, let's see, down to the 3. And I'm going to use the lightened Laguna color, and I'm going to top dot these white ones in the center here. And then I think I'm going to leave it at that. I kind of like it. You can come in after it's dry and top dot another dot on those outside ones if you like. But I think it turned out cute, and I like it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. See y'all later. Bye.